So I had this left-wing nut job reporter doing a hit piece on us. I should have just ghosted her and let her do whatever she was going to do, because she's going to do it anyway because she's a freaking lefty. See, this is the problem with socialism. The first driver is the personal driver. You're the problem, you're also the solution. So like we said earlier about John Maxwell, you're the lid on your business. As you grow, your business can grow. Until you grow as a person, you're not going to grow your business. Your purpose is the business has to be bigger than simply money. What's the purpose of this business? What's the nobility that we bring to the community? People, which is building a unified team, getting the right people on the bus, the wrong people off the bus, the right people on the right seats on the bus, constantly dealing with the issues that people represent that are positive and negative. So a lot of energy goes into the people driver. The plan driver, which is having an intentional plan, some strategic thought, a desired future. We teach you how to do all of that. And then once you've got your plan, you develop the product and you deliver excellence in the product. And then, of course, we hit profit. That's number 6. Profit is so paradoxical in the small business owner's mind. Almost everyone who starts a small business starts it, of course, with profit in mind. I want to make some money. In some cases, I want to make a lot of money, and neither one's wrong. And then you develop all of these things, your personal skills, your purpose, put the right people in place, the right plan in place, develop a product that the customer wants, and go out there in the rough and tumble world that is called business. This is hard. It's scratch and claw and fight. And then you finally start making some money. And then you start making some good money. And you start being what people call successful. And the paradox is that our culture teaches us to go win, to go be successful. But if you're becoming wealthy, you must have done something wrong. Well, let me assure you, you did not do something wrong. I don't care what some communist professor who's never made payroll says. You didn't do anything wrong. Making a profit is not evil. Making a profit is not wrong. As a matter of fact, making a profit is an indication that you have served your customer well. People do not give companies money that screw them over and over and over again. Now, they may once or twice, but they don't send their friends, and they don't tell everybody positive things on social media. I just had the best meal at this restaurant. I just got my car fixed by an amazing guy who didn't cheat me. The heating and air guy came to my house. He was here 15 minutes and fixed something that I've been fretting about for 2 days. And now we're warm again because he did his job. Thank you. You serve someone, you get money. That's how it works in America. That's how the free enterprise system works. And if you serve more people, you get more money. So I had this left-wing nut job reporter doing a hit piece on us, and I was sitting with her in her little New York coffee shop trying to be nice, which was a mistake. I should have just ghosted her and let her do whatever she was going to do, because she's going to do it anyway because she's a freaking lefty. So, but she's one of these socialists, right? And she's like, well, you're taking advantage of poor people. I'm like, hell you say. I'm not taking advantage of poor people. I'm helping poor people. You think it's wrong to make a profit if someone is served? And she said, yeah, that's bad. And I went, what's your favorite restaurant in New York? And she told me. And I said, so do you want them to go out of business? No. I said, well, you go in there and eat their food and give them money, and you give them more money than the freaking food costs, and that's called a profit. This is how capitalism works. They apparently didn't teach you this in your journalism class. And she's like, oh, I understand they need to make a profit, and I don't have a problem with them making a profit. And I said, okay, why? Because I got good food, and I willingly paid that price for that good food. And I said, see? So what if that guy opened another restaurant just like that one in another city? Now he's making twice as much money. Ooh, oh, wait. He opens 10 of them in 10 different cities. And now there's 10 times as many people that are happy like you, and 10 times as much profit to him. At what point did he become evil? See, this is the problem with socialism. You eventually run out of other people's money. Margaret Thatcher said that. You can't do this. So I refuse to be shamed for my success, and I refuse to let you be shamed for your success because you're serving someone. My wife Sharon and I went to a fine dining experience not long ago. It was rather expensive. It's one of my favorite sports, fine dining and good wine, right? And we go in, we sit down. This guy comes to the table, white tablecloth, and he's unbelievably helpful. He's pleasant. He's not pushy. He wasn't in our face bothering us, but the water glass never got half empty, nor did the wine glass. The food was not crammed down our face to get a table turn. It was a luxurious, calm experience, but we also were not lacking in anything to eat. They kept bringing us stuff just as we were finishing the other course. Isn't that interesting? Like a fine dining experience should be. Food was high quality. It was presented on the plate well. The recommendations, I asked him about something. He said, oh, no, don't do that one. Do this one instead. I took his advice. It was a good recommendation. It was a fabulous night. You know what he got? A big, juicy tip. Why? Because he served us. That's what you do when you run a business. You fix someone's car because you run a car repair place. You are serving, just like that world-class waiter in that world-class restaurant. When you fix someone's heating and air, you are serving. When I write a book on how to get out of debt and you get out of debt and you build wealth and you paid me a whole $20, ooh, you got served. We took care of you. When you listen to this show for free, oh, I think you got a bargain. Even if it's bad, you came out. So, I mean, seriously, serve. As long as you're serving, as long as people find themselves in a better condition as having come across you than they did before they came across you, you deserve your profit. And that means you have designed your product in such a way that your product or service serves. So if I sell an item in the Ramsey store that is not bringing people more joy than its cost, then guess what? It doesn't sell. And we end up pulling it and getting a different product that does bring joy, that does help, that does serve. And so that's where profit comes from. My friend Daniel Rabbi Lapin, who wrote the book Thou Shalt Prosper, says that when you do a good job in business, your customer gives you certificates of appreciation with presidents' faces on them. You have not done something wrong when you serve. Ken Blanchard said, profit is the applause your customer gives you. You ever been in a stadium with a really good football team that's on fire and they score a touchdown? The entire place stands up and applauds that 18-year-old who just ran a ball across a line. You were entertained, and you gave applause, and you paid $200 for the seats. Hello? This is how this works, boys and girls. So when you serve someone, they give you applause. When you serve a lot of people, the stadium full of people is giving you applause. And now you become what we call wealthy, what we call successful, and you earned it. One of the sayings, one of our core values on the walls here at Ramsey is if you help enough people, you don't have to worry about money. People will beat down your doors to hand you money if you are loving them well, if you're taking care of them, if their life is better because they came in contact with you. That's how you design a profitable product. That's how you design a profitable business. You don't sit around and go, how can I extract money from someone's bone marrow? You say, how can I make their life better? How can I be the waiter at the fine dining restaurant? where my level of excellence makes you proud to give me a huge tip. I just want to throw money at you because you've done so much wonderful things for me. Isn't that interesting? Also shows up even in something like a nonprofit. Like, I know churches who their budget is completely awash with money. They have money coming in. The generosity of the people that go to that church is unbelievable. You know what else I find at the exact same church? That those people who are unbelievably generous have had their life changed and transformed by the power of Jesus Christ at that church. That church is bringing life change to them. And the natural result is gratitude. The natural result is generosity to that church. That church has no budget problems because it has a habit of regularly transforming people's lives with the power of Christ. Oh, there you go. That's how this works. Same thing's true in your heating and air or your car repair business or your chiropractor business or your dental or veterinarian or whatever it is you're doing out there. Whether it's a good or a service. If I can sell you a book called The Total Money Makeover, and I've sold 12 million of them, and I can sell you that book for $30, and it teaches you how to get out of debt and become a millionaire, and then you do it, and you become a millionaire, I think $30 was called a bargain. And it works, and a lot of people did it, so guess what? That's why I sold 12 million of them. It was word of mouth. People said, go get the book. It changed people's lives. I didn't steal money from poor people. I helped poor people not be poor anymore. And they told everyone about it, and they gladly bought the book. Oh, you know what else they do? They buy 10 of them and give them away. There are a lot of people in America that buy cases of Total Money Makeover and keep them in their study. And every time they run into a young couple getting started, they hand them one. Every time they run into a friend that's got a problem with money, they hand them one. They didn't do that because I took advantage of them. They did that because I helped them transform their lives. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you that the royalty on a Total Money Makeover book is somewhere around $3.45. That's what I get paid by the publisher. Times 10 million. It means I made $34 million. Ripping poor people off. No, that's not how it works, boys and girls. See, the natural flow is that we helped a lot of people and we don't have to worry about money. If you help enough people, you don't have to worry about money. You get out of debt, you do your budgeting, do your accounting, you're wise on what you pay for a product. You price it with a margin, a profit margin. You manage that stuff. You watch what's going on. You look at your costs, and you make sure that you're charging enough to stay open so you can continue to feed that poor socialist who needs a meal, who still doesn't understand that the restaurant that she loves is not doing harm, because she went to the wrong stinking college instead of the college of the real world out here where the rest of us live. So that's how this works. And so I want to encourage you. If you're making a lot of money, that tells me you're helping a lot of people. Very few people make a lot of money screwing people. Very few, because word gets out. You screw somebody, you mess up their car, you overcharge them working on their car, they're going to tell everybody not to go to your place. And pretty soon, word's going to be out on you, and there's going to be a stink on your brand. And that's the kind of stuff you're facing. And you should. I hope you go out of business. If your food is cold at the restaurant, and it's slow, and your service is horrible, and I get food poisoning every third time I go there, I hope you go out of business. I hope you fail for your lack of service. That's what the wonderful free enterprise system does. It puts crooks and incompetents out of business regularly. And so this is where profit comes from, boys and girls. It comes from nobility. It comes from being kind and compassionate. It comes from loving your customers so much that you make sure their life is better because they met you, and they will give you a profit. That is the natural byproduct. But if you go looking just for profit, you're not going to find it. Go looking for an opportunity to add value, looking for an opportunity to serve, an opportunity to cause people's lives to be better, and then profit will find you. That's where profit comes from. That's how this whole EntreLeadership thing works.